Welcome back, everybody. Bronson with the Epoxy Resin Store. Today, we're gonna break out the glow powder and I'm gonna show you how to make your epoxy glow. All right, let's get into it. I've got my trusty measuring cup. We're gonna be using white today, super gloss white, my favorite. I love that it's tinted white. I don't have to worry about measuring proportions or any of that stuff. I've gone on and on. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I love super gloss white. And if you're gonna do any kind of epoxy pouring, you should have this in your arsenal as well. All right, we're gonna take this M here and we're gonna load it up with some glow powder. I'm using a tinted epoxy. You're seeing it's not gonna matter. Check out the Epoxy Resin Store. They've got a whole bunch of these glow powders. I got this glowing sky blue. I like the blue look when it glows. They've got greens, orange, pinks, all different kinds of colors. Check it out, it's a lot of fun. All right, I'm gonna mix this epoxy resin up right here. It's a little tiny letter that we're doing, but I'm just gonna mix up 10 ounces for good measure, so 5 and 5. I'm gonna start with my B. I'm gonna pour it up in here. Now what I like to do is I like to grab my glow powder. And I'm gonna go pretty heavy on this. I want this sucker to glow quite a bit. And I'm gonna take that and I'm just gonna shovel copious amounts of this in here. As you can see, I'm gonna use a good chunk of this canister up, just like that. I like to put it in between my layers of pour. Helps mix it as I pour, and then I'll mix it up really, really thoroughly. I prefer to mix my glow in with a tint or a slight tint. I don't like to go with just straight clear in a glow. Sometimes it adds a little bit of, I don't know, almost like a haze to it look, like a very light coloration to my clear epoxy, which I don't want. So I'm mixing this up in the white, and when that blue glows, it's gonna really shine off at night. Can't wait to show you how this looks. Thoroughly mix this. Remember, scrape your sides, hit your bottoms, you'll have a good result every time. Super gloss is a forgiving epoxy, dries super hard as well, so that's one of the things we love about it. All right, now that I've got my glow powder mixed up in my resin, I'm just gonna spread it out on this letter. This, we had built a countertop for a son in his house and a mother in hers, and she asked me if I wouldn't mind throwing something together for her son. His name is Montana, and so that's where the M comes from. So I'm gonna do this. We're gonna make it just look like a marbled effect. I'm gonna take this, I'm just gonna tap this out. Make sure I got tons of epoxy on here. So. I'm gonna go ahead and rub these edges so our epoxy will flow over it with the copious amounts that we have on there. All right, just like that, I've got the epoxy spread out. Now remember, one of the things I always teach, especially beginning resin people, is don't be such a hurry to torch your piece out. Let those bubbles get a chance to rise to the top, so we hit it and it's just one pass with the torch. We don't have to continue torturing it over and over again. I know people get excited, they get to use fire and the torch, it's fun. But just hold off, give your resin a chance to set up and let those bubbles rise up. You'll have really, really good results. It's not good to continue to torch your piece over and over and over again. Now, if you have a cheaper epoxy, you're going to have to. A lot of them will formulate it so it's super, super thick, and the air gets encapsulated in it, so they'll tell you, hey, you gotta torch it 3 or 4 times. Super gloss is the perfect viscosity. If you'll just let it sit, as you see the bubbles are rising to the top, and we have enough thickness that it's gonna build and leave a nice solid surface above when it cures, and really hard, but we're gonna be able to get all the bubbles out. It's the perfect balance. All right, now I've set all that. I'm gonna get my handy dandy chip brush out. We're gonna make this just look slightly marbled. I'm gonna use a little black. Seems that, in my experience, men like darker colors and veining in their pieces. So I'm gonna have a little bit more drama in this one, just like that. I'll bring this down right here. Let's put a little love right there. I like it just like that. What do you think, Corey? Corey says he loves it. It's the best he's ever seen. All right, one of the things I love about white, when you put in, that was just gloss black Rust-Oleum, and I've let it sit a second. Look how it's just selling out and doing this thing. It looks natural already, just like if you found a piece of marble in nature. So I'm gonna grab my torch. I like this right where it's at. We'll light it up, and now we'll give it, remember, one pass for glass. And just like that, we've added glow to our epoxy. It's gonna be awesome. We'll let this dry overnight. We'll put a clear coat on in the morning, then I'll take it in the dark and we'll show you how it glows. All right, here we are the next day. The M is dry. Look how beautiful that is. Looks like a perfect piece of marble. But let's check out how the glow goes. Follow me to the bathroom. Oh, look at that. That is awesome. All right, thanks for watching our video on how to make your epoxy glow like magic. If you've enjoyed this video, we don't ask for any money, but we do ask for 3 things in exchange. We ask you to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so that the next time we have a video, you're the first to find out.